Hello again, welcome back. This week I thought I would talk about why I've chosen van life now in my 50s. Not when I'm a grey nomad, not as a young hippie travelling the world, but now I've just turned 50. So everyone's seen the term housing crisis, la-li-da-da-da-da-da, all that stuff, right? I actually earn a pretty good income, so housing affordability is okay for me. It just means that I can't get ahead, and I don't want to wait until I'm 67, 70 years old, retiring then, and then trying to get out and see Australia. And because I have done some travelling prior to going full-time van life, I met many people along the way that said, go full-time now. Don't wait for tomorrow. Don't wait until you retire. You won't have the physical capabilities to see and do everything you want to see. So I'd say that's my main driving force for choosing van life now. So as you've seen from my recent videos, I'm not visiting wild, outrageous, beautiful places every weekend. I'm not getting out and seeing all of Australia now because I do have to work. But by working now and hustling my ass off now, I'm very much hoping to be retired at 60. So I think 60 is a way better number than 70 to retire. And during my holidays at work, I will go and explore and do some pretty adventurous things. I love hiking. So I plan to do all of that good stuff when I'm on my holidays. I do get out and about on a weekend though, and I think the beauty of having a van is you can go a little bit further than you normally would if you were in a house. So follow me along today. This is my typical end of work week, on-site week, and then I'm traveling to my destination where I'll be for my off-site remote work week. And I think I woke up this morning and I got a message from a D asking what do I actually do for work. So just to touch on it lightly, I mainly work in compliance. So you're looking at workplace health and safety, anything to do with rules and regulations. It's really boring for some people, but I really like it. I'm a little bit weird. I love reading policies and then implementing procedures based off those things, and then training management and staff in how to fit compliance into their everyday operations, and making it nice and easy and hopefully a little bit fun sometimes. So D, that's what I do for work. Hence me being able to do all of the paperwork side of that off-site, and all of the on-site stuff usually is looking at risk assessments, training staff, and brainstorming ideas of how we can make our workplace safer. Okay, it's 6 o'clock. Traffic's starting to get crazy already there in the background, so time to move out into the country for the next week.
Memorized your edges, yeah, you're running through
easily from inside the van. I have been in all sorts of weather conditions in the past with different setups that I've had, so I knew how important it was to have your kitchen inside, toilet inside, obviously accessible clothing, all of those things, and yeah, the pack up and setup time is so quick for me, no matter how much mess I make the night before. And I've seen a lot of people with caravans, and I know that I would be quite capable of getting a little SUV and a small caravan, and it would give me a lot more room inside. But just the pack up and set down, I think, takes too long for me, and that's why I've chosen a van to live in and not a caravan. If you watched my last video on digital nomad life, you would have seen my mum and dad come out in their caravan, and yeah, we ran into some trouble trying to put the awning up in high wind, and a little storm came through. So that is, as I said in that video, too much rigmarole for me. I just like to drive in, pull up, bunker down when the weather's bad, and yeah, I just find it so much easier. And speaking of mum and dad, by the way, they did a little series in Tasmania earlier in the year. So go and check out their channel. They're called Vintage Vera's Adventures. They are hilarious. It's Dad's first go at this, and initially it was you know, like just to document what they do. It's a very cool setup he's got with an old Land Cruiser as well. So go check it out if that's your thing, because yeah, I think if you're in a couple and not solo, caravan life might be a lot easier. Well, it's a beautiful sunrise up here in Melany, so you would have heard the high ace grinding before as I was coming up the range. That's got the engine inside on this one, so that's pretty much the only time I can really hear it. It's when I'm going up a steep hill, but I mean, gosh guys, just look at that sky. It's a very pretty drive up here. I'm thinking I'm going to pop into Gardner Falls and just have a little bit of time in nature on this Saturday morning. And I haven't been there before, so I've got no idea of what to expect. I'm just going to take you for a quick tour through Melany first. Got the showgrounds on the right hand side. Now I have come up from more what would you say, like Woodford way. I haven't come up from the coast, so this is how she looks from that direction. They are doing some roadworks here in town, which is much needed. It gets busy here, probably from like any time from 8 o'clock to 4 o'clock in the afternoon. This street is usually jam-packed. She's quite bougie, Melany. We've got lots of little cafes, little cool shops. You could spend a lot of money very quickly here, that's for sure. We have arrived at Gardner Falls. And this is why I get up so early, guys. Not one person in the car park.
I will be the last to leave. I won't say a word, just let you breathe. I won't make a sound. I won't slow you down. I knew we were on borrowed time, just a passing streak, nothing you would keep. I fell in too deep. And as far as at least how I remember, we were leaving in September, when red and gold paint the sky.
How good is this place? It's only a little 300-meter walk on concrete, no stairs or anything. Very accessible. It's so beautiful in here. I can imagine it would be a really popular spot in summer. Not very often you see bins in national parks. So thank you, Sunshine Coast City Council. So I've just driven back through Melany. It's 7:45 on a Saturday morning and the car parks are already full. I was thinking about going into the cheese factory in Melany. I'm not sure if I can pull the smoker out to where I'm staying for the next week, but I thought I'd show you what it looks like. But it doesn't open until 10 o'clock, so it's already busy in there, and I do not want to battle the weekend crowds. The weather's looking pretty gloomy today. It's supposed to be on and off raining all week, so the realities of van life is not all sunshine and daisies. Even for sunny Queensland here on the Sunshine Coast. So there's quite a few naturey things to do up here in the Melany area. Obviously, we just went and saw Gardner Falls, but there's a number of other waterfalls to go and visit and some cool hikes. Plus, I think there's like Mary Cancross something. Oh gosh, I can never remember the name of that, but I haven't been there before either. So next time I come up, I'll show you around there and some of the other waterfalls. I will wait until I've got more time to do that. I've got a heavy workload at the moment, so today is all about just getting from point A to point B and seeing a couple of little easy points of interest along the way. The next stop I'm going to stop and show you is actually where I like to free camp when I want to visit the Melany and Montville area. It's called Little Yaba Creek, so it's actually a really nice little free camp. Sometimes you can get your backpackers in on the weekend with their music up until late, but it's very, very rare. It's usually pretty quiet from like 7 o'clock until the next morning. It's a really, really, really pretty little spot. We are well and truly in the backcountry of the Sunshine Coast area now. I'm going to pull over quickly because I want to chat more about why I've chosen van life at 50. So it's time to talk about the housing crisis. So closer to the cities, of course, there's more work opportunities. But with that, we have higher rent prices. And with those higher rent prices, it makes it almost impossible to save for a deposit to buy your own home. Okay, it is not an ideal situation. If you move out into the countryside, you may secure slightly lower rents, but the work opportunities just aren't there all of the time, right? So there's a risk with approaching that kind of moving to the country lifestyle. For me, in the area that I currently work in, for me to live on my own and have my own space, I'm looking at around $400 a week minimum, plus electricity on top of that. And I just can't fathom putting almost half of my wage away into a roof over my head. It's just crazy. When you've got food costs, you've got transport costs, you still need a car to get to work, you've got vehicle costs. All of those things does not leave enough left over to put savings into an emergency fund if you need that, and also to save up for the long term, right? To actually be able to afford to go on a nice holiday and live the good life, a bit of work-life balance, right? So for me, van life was a no-brainer in terms of both having that freedom to explore in nature and move around and, yeah, enjoy my time off work. It roughly costs me around $150 a week for accommodation, and that's if I'm staying on a powered site. I will do more of that style of camping coming into summer so I can run my air conditioner. All of the other costs are pretty much the same, right? So that $300 a week that I'm saving goes towards hopefully an earlier retirement, being able to pay for any health issues if they arise, to get those fixed promptly. Any vehicle issues, I've got a stash of money there. And I just, to be honest with you, I feel like I don't want to be a slave to the system. So if you're thinking about van life for yourself and whether that's a viable option to save money, it really is, but there's a caveat to it. You need to buy the van, you want it to be reliable, and there are lots of costs in setting it up if you want to live a comfortable lifestyle off-grid. Okay, everyone does it differently. I started out car camping 10 years ago. I have lived with a swag on the back of my ute in pouring rainy weather. And then I bought a little Citroen Berlingo and I started proper van life just on the weekends at first to see if I felt comfortable living that life with, I guess, like a little bit more comfort than car camping, with the intention of going full time. I think that I've had this van for 1 year now, and it has taken me 1 year to get it where it needs to be. And I'm just feel so grateful that I was given some opportunity with work to save money fast and quickly to be able to afford this setup. But yeah, so there is the initial cost with a van to set that up, but it is totally worth it in the long run to put that extra few $100s away every single week. And it actually gives me more security than living in a house. I don't have to worry about the person I'm renting off wanting to sell the property. I don't have the cost of having to move house all the time because of those situations that can pop up. I also don't have to worry about a stranger coming into my home and inspecting it and judging me for how I live, which is quite neat and tidy, by the way, but it still puts you in a panic mode. It makes you feel like the home isn't your home, even though you're paying half your wage that you work for on providing that home. So for me, van life at 50 was a very conscious choice that took quite a few years for me to build the courage to implement and put into place. And I haven't looked back, guys. I haven't looked back. I just absolutely love this lifestyle.
And as far as though maybe I pretended, oh, I wish wish it never ended. I held on with all my might, still waiting on that last goodbye.
So this turn off to the left here takes you into Yaba Creek, and that's four-wheel drive access only. 100% on my bucket list one day. The creek is just this stunning blue colour, particularly when it's not running, when there hasn't been that much rainfall. And then this is the free camp I was talking about earlier. So this is little Yaba Creek. You can stay here overnight for free, and it allows, as you will see as we go around, tent camping as well, which is pretty rare. So we've got toilets to the right, we've got some rubbish bins there as well, and as you can see, it's Saturday morning. She's pretty busy this weekend, but I have been here on other weekends and it's not too busy. I strongly recommend, if you want to grab a spot, to get in here by 3 o'clock in the afternoon at the latest. It starts filling up pretty quickly from 5 o'clock onwards, and it is on the Yaba Creek. I'm going to take you down for a little walk down there in a minute. Across the road is the day use area. That's where we will park up, and there's also a little walk you can do here as well. So this is called Little Yaba Park, and it is on the western side of Melany, Montville area, down the range and on the flats. It's pretty beautiful.
See you standing by the door, watching the leaves as they fall once more. And the silence we made, I couldn't find the words to say. They linger in my mind. Oh, I wished you'd stay. Oh, I wished you'd stay.
Another reason why I've chosen van life at 50 is so I can spend my weekend mornings exploring places like this. It takes me about 15 minutes to clean my van. Love it. I remember back in the day of working long hours, and my only day off was spent basically cleaning the house, washing my clothes, doing the floors, cleaning the fridge out, prepping meals for the week. It was just so tiresome. And yeah, I mean, look at it, guys. Much rather be doing this, right? So from the day use area, there's a little walk here called Fig Tree Walk. It's 1,100 meters. When I was car camping 10 years ago, I found this place. It was much quieter back then. I think we were lucky if we had 3 to 5 campers on a weekend, and I kind of fell in love with this area. It's just such a beautiful mix of the countryside, driving out here, as well as some like touches of it's not tropical rainforest, but forested and woody areas with these beautiful crystal clear creeks. And this is why it would be called Fig Tree Walk. Oh, just look at the size of that. It's huge. And it goes all the way up. There's a canopy up there.
can find new beginnings. It always starts the same. Another good.
Well, should we go left or right? I can't remember. 10 years was a long time ago since I've been through here. We'll go around to the right and see where it takes us. Well, what do we got here? I am a board reader, guys. I know a lot of people don't stop and read these, but I do. I find it fascinating. So here it says, look down at the rainforest floor and you will see forest litter, branches, leaves, flowers, fruits, but it will not stay there for long. Beneath the leaf litter, nature decomposes, which is fungi, bacteria, mites, worms, beetles, and many other amazing small life forms are turning plant and animal remains into humus. The humus, once further decomposed by microorganisms, turns into a rich source of essential nutrients that can be easily absorbed and stored by the rainforest plants. All plants and animals living, eating, and dying here continually fuel the rainforest recycling process. Nothing is wasted. Look closely at the leaf litter and you may see skinks, frogs, ants, and beetles. All contribute to recycling. All right, let's take a look. I didn't bring my glasses, so there's no chance of me seeing any of those insects or wrigglers in there. Oh, I am such a sucker for moss on wood. Well, I'm back at the van, guys, and I'm going to leave this week's video there. It's a shorter one for this week. Next week, I'll be showing you where I'll be staying for my second week of digital nomad life. I'm going to talk about why I chose that particular campground, and I hope you enjoyed today's video. I think if you're considering moving into van life as a way to save money, there's a lot of stuff that you need to know. So if you've got any questions, please leave them in the comments below. I would love to probably talk about the costs and all those sorts of things, how I made the decision to get here and what that looked like. And yeah, if you've got any questions, leave them in the comments below. I'm happy to answer, and I'll probably do it through a video so I can share those answers with everyone else that's watching. See you next time.